What is going on, everyone? The Phillies fall 9-1 in Game 3 of the series against Milwaukee, and I can't sit here and be mad at them. I can't sit here and get so frustrated with them because they lost in Game 3. They won the first two games, and it's nearly almost impossible to go into Milwaukee and absolutely sweep the Milwaukee Brewers. It's a shame there was an opportunity in front of them, but they didn't do it. The Milwaukee Brewers are a fantastic squad, and they don't allow teams to come into their stadium and sweep them. It was just one of those games that realistically from the jump it seemed like it was set up for failure, in my opinion, right from the start, because I mean really you don't go into Milwaukee and sweep them. I will take the 7-game road trip. It could have been one game better for a victory, in my opinion, just one win more that we should have took advantage of, but we didn't, and that was in the Chicago Cubs series. But it is what it is. Overall, it wasn't a terrible 7-game road trip. We have an off day tomorrow, and then we hop into a St. Louis Cardinals team that comes to us in Philadelphia. So, realistically, when you take a look at this game, we had one hit. It was an Andrew Knapp home run, which is ridiculous to think about. We just struggled offensively as a whole, struck out 12 times. Woodruff, another day where he had it going. His fastball was clearly a problem throughout, especially for someone like Bryce Harper, overpowered, overmatched with that fastball, and he is clearly frustrated with it. He even was saying to the media after the game was over, saying, I need to be better with that fastball. This can't be happening. I have to be able to hit that fastball. The whole team struggled as a whole with Woodruff for a second time now. His first start against the Phillies earlier this year was the same thing, and he was even offensively amazing. He had 2 RBIs. He had a double, a single. He was providing spark for his club without a doubt. Woodruff was something truly special. And taking a look at what the Phillies did from a pitching perspective, Zach Eflin, who has, in my opinion, been maybe our most consistent pitcher so far this season, he struggled big time. Couldn't get out of the fourth. It was just really bad, really ugly from him. He didn't have the command. He didn't have the it factor. And then we have to go dive into our bullpen and taking a look at Vin Velasquez, who had a second opportunity here to come out of the bullpen. He did pretty damn decent in his first outing. Today was trash. Could not even get out of the full inning. He only went 2/3 of an inning. He was getting smacked around. His stat line was 2/3 of an inning, 5 hits, 1 walk, and 4 earned runs. He was a mess. He could not get anything going, which brings it forward to the St. Louis series, and we are going with Nick Pivetta to actually start that game when that comes Tuesday night. So we're going to have Nick Pivetta on the mound. The Phillies elected to go with him and keep Vin Velasquez in the bullpen moving forward. Speaking of the bullpen, J.D. Hammer gets a call up, and he gets an opportunity out of the pen. And with his inning, he did pretty damn well. He did okay. Bang, bang, bang. Record some outs. And, I mean, with a name like that, J.D. Hammer, that's absolutely hilarious and screams successful bullpen pitcher, in my opinion. Damn right it does. Damn right it does. Offensively for the Phillies, when you take a look at the stat sheet and the scorecard, and yeah, big fat zeros running down the board except for Andrew Knapp. The Brewers had 5 homers. Yelich, of course, with another homer. Grandal with a homer. Who else had a Gamel and 2 homers? They were crushing the baseball. They put up 9 runs. And listen, when you lose the first 2 in a series on your home field, you normally come out with a little bit of a different attitude. It was a long road trip. The Phillies have been playing such an aggressive amount of baseball without an off day. I think it was just the fact of we had the 2 wins already in this series. We grinded out emotional and long games with the Chicago Cubs. Very emotional, to be completely honest with you. And you're running through a big stretch of baseball every single day. Was there a fatigue factor? Probably. Was there a lack of focus? Probably, knowing that we had an off day coming up and starting a new series and going back home. Probably. It's just one of those games. I'm not going to sit here and cry about it. It is what it is, and we just move on to the next one. Overall, when you take a look at the 7-game stretch, absolutely, I think we did a great job with the split in Chicago, going 2-2, and then winning 2 of 3 in Milwaukee. Okay, it wasn't terrible. It absolutely wasn't terrible, and I like where this team is at. I think when you take a look at it overall, they're getting more comfortable. Everyone kind of figured out their role from the start of the season. It's a new lineup. Guys like Rhys Hoskins, I know today wasn't pretty, but he's been kind of getting out of his slump as of late. Andrew McCutchen has done a great job. I know this game, it is what it is with that one hit, but overall, I like where the team is headed. I like the direction of this team, and if you go take a look at stats when it comes to this bullpen, it seems so much worse than it really is. Corey Seidman was talking to the fan base Philly post-game show, and he's very active on Twitter, and we are up there with the bullpen production. It's not as bad as it does seem. Of course, there are going to be wins that we should have had and lost due to our bullpen, but name me a baseball team that never blows saves. I mean, really, take a look at the Chicago Cubs, the Atlanta Braves. There are teams that are solid that blow saves. I mean, that's just how baseball works, so you need to limit that. And overall, and don't get me wrong, it doesn't mean I can't get upset with the bullpen at times, but it isn't as bad, or nearly not as bad as this fan base perceives it. It has done somewhat of a decent job overall, which it is kind of astounding when you take a look at those stats as a whole. What cracks me up with this game is the Andrew Knapp home run. It really does crack me up. You know me, if you've been around for a little bit now, I'm anti-Andrew Knapp, right? So the one hit we get in a game like this is going to be an Andrew Knapp bomb to kind of break up Woodruff's outstanding, absolutely phenomenal night. Now, I wonder why we struggle so much with him. Is it just the fastball? Why? I know he's good. I'm not saying it, well, you can't credit him for being so solid. He's a solid-ass pitcher. Woodruff is a really great pitcher in this league. But it's not Max Scherzer. It's not Jacob deGrom. How come we struggle with this guy so much? In the last 2 times he's come up against the Phillies, it's been a tough day at the office for the Phillies lineup. Is it how powerful that fastball is? Is it how aggressive he is with using that fastball and the location and just switching things up for this hitter? Is for our hitters? Is that the reason? It's crazy. He has had a lot of success. Against this Phillies lineup. I like where we're at. It's a stinker. You're allowed to have a stinker in this situation. It would have been awesome to sweep. And realistically, heading into this game with Zach Eflin on the mound, I would have expected to maybe have a little bit better of an outcome than 9-1. But it is what it is. You can't sit there and dwell on it. My biggest takeaway out of it is, well, Vin Velasquez had a tough day out of the bullpen after having a solid day out of the bullpen. So where is that experiment going to go moving forward? I think he should be able to have success out of the bullpen. There's no reason why he can't. He has the stuff. The problem is he can never go long. Well, you don't need to go long out of the bullpen. So I should expect Vin Velasquez to have a better start. So my big takeaway is what's going to happen with Vin Velasquez. And the second one was Bryce Harper and his strikeout rate with that fastball is crazy. I mean, it's just crazy. It's something we haven't seen with Bryce Harper. There's no denying that. Now, for the Washington Nationals fans that are tweeting out there and national insiders, people who cover the team laughing at the strikeout rate of Bryce Harper, that's great, and I understand it from their standpoint because, okay, yeah, you laugh at the guy who ended up walking and you're happy that the organization didn't keep him, but let's not forget where the Phillies are compared to the Washington Nationals. Let's not forget where this Nats team is after still thinking that they were going to make a legit divisional race and make noise and pick up Corbin and have this elite pitching staff, and okay, look where it's brought you. So you're making fun of a team that 9 games over 500. Where are you? The complete opposite way. So to me, that's kind of funny, but I understand, right? That's sports. A big star leaves your squad. Of course, you keep up with them and you laugh at the flaws in his game, like strikeouts. Yes, absolutely. There's absolutely no denying that, and it is what it is. He gets crushed in Washington for not ever being able to win. But at the end of the day, it is a team sport. And is it the Washington Nationals organization that didn't get it over the hump, or just Bryce Harper specifically? Not that. Come on, why am I even diving into what the Washington Nationals think of Bryce Harper as a Philly? That shouldn't even be a conversation. So let me know your thoughts down below on this game, 9-1. It's not pretty. It was just a game where the Phillies came out flat. It was a stinker. It was bad. It was horrible. But it is what it is. And overall, when you take a look at the success over the 7-game stretch on the road to Chicago and Milwaukee, I think we can all agree it wasn't terrible. A 4-3 record in that stretch, it's not bad, and it should have been 5-2. It should have been 5-2. And when it comes to embarrassing switches with Gabe Kapler and the use of the bullpen, I don't think we had it to the level that we did with the Chicago Cubs series in this past Milwaukee series. So take that for what it is, but that doesn't mean moving forward we won't see it again, and that's just fact. So let me know how you feel on this one, on Bryce, on Eflin, on Vinny Velasquez, on Nick Pivetta getting the start on Tuesday against the St. Louis Cardinals, on anything you want, on Andrew Knapp's homer. If you want to rip me apart and say, bros, I told you so, I told you Andrew Knapp is special, yeah, let me hear that too. I want to hear that. Thanks for watching. See you guys next time.